Okay, just an FYI, there'll be spoilers.
Alright, Coco was a good movie, because does Pixar really make bad movies? Apart from, like, all the Cars spin-offs, and even then, they're not...
Bug's Life was bad.
Well, apart from Cars in general, I did not like.
Bug's Life was perfectly acceptable.
Tolerable.
I really liked the detail that they went into for the Day of the Dead holiday. I am not even going to butcher the pronunciation.
Crazy dead people Christmas you people celebrate.
Dia de los Muertos.
Yeah,
thing.
I can't roll my R, so I'm not gonna butcher. I'm not gonna.
General.
I'm not gonna butcher it.
Alejandro.
Oh, and why I'm dressed like Frisk right now was we planned on going somewhere else, but
We were supposed to go to a mini Comic-Con, but I didn't get sleep, and I'm not driving on the interstate without sleep.
Yeah,
Anyway,
so that's why I look like this.
Okay, so the plot of Coco is this kid's family is shoemakers who hate music.
Anyone who hates music is just wrong.
Yeah, it's a little heavy-handed on the hating music, but they hate music because their great-great-grandpa abandoned the family to be a musician. So they've just passed that down, and of course the kid's got a song in his heart and wants to play guitar. So he tells his family he hates them and then goes steals a guitar, which apparently curses you on Day of the Dead.
Okay, there have been a lot of theories on this, and based off of what I saw in the movie, I think it's true that Imelda cursed Hector's guitar, and it brought misfortune to anyone who played it.
Oh, well, I mean...
Except Dela Cruz, who managed to, survive for X amount of years before being crushed by something.
The movie explains it pretty clearly. It's like, oh, you stole something from the dead on the night of the dead. That's a no-no. You're supposed to give a shit.
But
it's our day!
They also stated that it was a family curse.
Yeah, because it was his great-grandfather's guitar.
My family is cursed. Oh, great, it's going to be one of these movies.
So, okay, now points to the movie. They're like, all right, the way to go home is pretty straightforward. Your family who's here, dead, just has to, give their blessing. It's like, all right, we forgive you for stealing shit from us.
Yeah, apparently it's not the first time a living person has entered the dead world, because they have contingencies in place for that shit.
So,
yeah.
I mean, immediately his great-great-great-grandmother is like, yeah, all right, we'll just, send you home. We don't really care.
But you're not allowed to do music ever.
And he's like, wait, is she allowed to do that? And the bureaucrat is like, yeah, it's the rules.
She can add any condition she wants. And, which basically, I have to give it to Miguel on this one. Just because one guy hurt her doesn't mean she should control her entire family, even from the grave.
Never underestimate how vindictive people can get.
Yeah, but there's no reason for her to punish her family simply because Hector left her for music.
Win, man.
Yeah, but it's a kid's movie, and the kids have to be, misunderstood and not valued for their differences until they can prove the value of their differences.
And what a shame, my necromancer died last night.
She's kind of a hypocrite, because she even states in the movie that she loves music. She was just mad at Hector, which is why she banned all forms of music. She wanted him forgotten.
People get vindictive. They lash out at any slight remembrance of their anger.
Yeah.
And it wasn't even
Apparently I'm the only jaded fuck who knows that.
And it wasn't even his fault. He tried to go back home, but he was poisoned and killed by his partner.
Betrayal!
Okay, but
I stated a spoiler.
I know, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about the fact that in terms of the narrative, we haven't actually established that he bumps into his great-great-grandfather, who is thoroughly not remembered by anybody because they took his picture off the shelf and ripped his face off. And he doesn't know it's his great-grandfather because he's convinced his great-great-grandfather is Hector de la Cruz.
Ernesto de la Cruz!
Who is, the biggest musician ever, who died hilariously when some guy
dropped on him.
It was fucking hilarious.
Yeah, because
Talk about karma.
The maintenance
Talk about
man.
instant fucking karma. You have to. He stepped on
The
so
what I
many
miss,
people.
the what did I miss guy was the maintenance dude that crushed him at the beginning.
Maybe. I don't know. That would
Oh my god, yes!
That'd be funny.
That was... that.
I don't know, that guy had a mustache. The maintenance guy had a mustache, and the guy with the corn cobs didn't. I feel like if the movie wanted to be funny, they'd do that, but I don't feel like they did that. Anyway, so he bumps into Hector, who's trying to break the rules and go back to the land of the living to see Coco, his daughter, and Miguel's great-grandmother.
Yeah, apparently there's a Mareep event at 2 today, so that's why I've got
So Hector is like the bouncy, funny guy who's like, you know, being like a sly Mr. Knows Everybody. He knows Frida Kahlo, so that's cool. he also knows Cheech Marin.
he knows a lot of famous people, but he himself is being forgotten because De La Cruz stole his guitar, stole his music, and murdered him, and basically made it so that he was forgotten.
So the whole movie is like Hector and Miguel trying to like get in touch with De La Cruz, and then it turns out De La Cruz is a murderer!
A jackass. He's willing to kill a kid to continue his cover.
Reputation.
Keep his cover-up going. And... isn't it fucking ironic that a live mic and an active camera was his undoing?
Not ironic, just convenient.
I mean, it was set up. It wasn't just... This movie is actually really, really, really cliche in, like, all the regular kids' movie ways.
Shut up.
But, you know, it does the cliches well. It's beautifully animated. It's good music. The character performances are really good. There's nothing unique about this movie aside from the aesthetic. And if you
really liked the scenery backdrop.
And if you count the Book of Life, it's not even original in that sense. Although I didn't see the Book of Life, so.
They're both talking about the Day of the Dead. There's only so many interpretations that you can do. I'm just saying that
there's nothing unique about this movie, including the aesthetic, which Book of Life beat it to.
There's plenty unique about this movie. Huh? It's all about the family and remembering where you came from. And
that's unique?
Not in kids' movies.
That's like every child movie ever made.
No, that's unique for the Day of the Dead movies.
How many of those have there even been?
I don't know.
There's been quite a few, not so many animated ones, but there have been a few live action. But in recent, there's only 2 that I know of.
But, I mean, okay, I say there's nothing unique about it. This is a Mexican movie through and through, so...
Not lots of Spanish, but it's thrown around. Like, there's 1 or 2 Spanish words in almost every sentence.
Disney and Pixar went very authentic with this. They did their research. They got people to correctly pronunciate. They got
They got the accents down at least for some of them.
Okay, you can laugh.
I just think it's kind of funny that you're mispronouncing the word to describe people pronouncing words correctly.
Want to borrow this?
How would you pronounce it?
Pronunciate is not a word.
You say both with an L. I don't want to hear shit from you.
You also say both with an L.
That's what he just described. You literally just
No.
Damn it, I'm the one who's had no
stole his line.
You were talking about...
I said he says both with an L.
I misheard you. I thought you were talking about the other thing with an L that he does.
Disney does their, Disney nowadays does their research.
I'm the one who's had no sleep. Me.
Disney nowadays does their research.
I'm having to talk over him.
I mean, Moana did its research on...
they always do their research.
Oh, no, they do not. Not in the 90s. They did not do their fucking research.
I'm sure they did. They just didn't give a damn about accuracy or anything. They just said, hey, let's just make a movie off this thing.
Hell, in the 2000s, they weren't so hot on it either. But nowadays, they recognize that there's a shit ton of money to be made in authentic other cultures. Which is why this and Black Panther made all of the money. Disney needs to stop making all of the money. There's not going to be any left for the rest of us.
If they wanted to, they could buy Nintendo. I mean, Nintendo would never agree to that, but I'm just saying.
Yeah, that's the
Disney
thing.
has the money to do it.
Disney has enough money at this point to buy most of the industry.
$1 billion.
Disney's making their way through arcade mode.
Yeah.
$1 billion for Star Wars, and they just made it back with like the first couple of movies.
I'm not confident that Solo is going to be good. Then again, I said the same thing about Rogue One, so maybe I'll be surprised.
The cute dog was very cute.
Derp dog. Derp dog.
Dante. Oh my
one.
gosh.
He was a lot
Also
better
want one
than
of
the
those
chicken.
the glowy Chihuahua thingies.
Okay, Dante is a heck of a lot better than Hey Hey, but Hey Hey had better moments.
I will hear nothing against Hey Hey. That was Alan Tudyk, damn it.
What does it matter who made the chicken noises?
Because it's fucking Alan
I
Tudyk.
love being covered up by the glowy crystal thing. That's just
No touchy.
There we go. That's better.
He's complaining.
It was a good movie. I'm probably never. It was a good movie. I'll probably never watch it again.
Fuck you! We'll make you watch it again.
I mean, I watched Moana again. I'll watch Zootopia till the cows come home. Fucking love that movie.
Never saw it, have no interest in seeing it.
Zootopia or Moana?
Dude, who the fuck are you?
Not Alex.
Again, I'm the one who's had no sleep. Okay,
I was
which
up
of those
pretty
two
late as well.
movies have I said I have no intention of ever watching, and which of them have I seen more than a dozen times?
You've
really-
seen Moana over a dozen times, and you never want to see Zootopia
I'm
again.
really confused about that. I think you'd really like Nick Wilde. I think you'd really relate to
He's
him.
watched it once, and I don't think he's wants to watch it again.
I've never seen Zootopia.
Oh.
I have no interest in seeing it. I just
Again,
don't want to.
I think you'd like it, but I mean,
No, I'll
It
never
is a
say
big-
anything about it.
it is
I
a
won't
big
say it
race
looks
war.
good. I won't say it looks bad because I haven't seen it. I just have no interest. I don't care.
Zootopia has this problem where it's going for a race allegory, but it accidentally invented a world that has way more complicated race issues than we do. Like in our case,
Like predatory and prey animals?
yeah, like I actually totally get why a rabbit would be afraid of a tiger person. That makes total fucking sense. The rabbit will get murdered so easily, whereas in our world it really
See,
is
and
just
like all
people
the
being
trailers I
assholes.
saw, she was just like timid as hell.
Oh no!
When
Julia
like
Hobbs is
faced against
amazing.
other people, but like when just by herself, she had like no problems doing stuff.
It's a good movie.
Maybe she's just jumpy.
I'm glad I am glad I saw it on the big screen though. It was very beautiful, and I love the neon colors. So
Again, that scene, the backdrop scene for the Dead City thing, beautiful.
Didn't they say that they had like 10 separate people?
no, it was 10 separate layers,
yeah.
animation layers.
Yeah.
Oh
like-
yeah, they had like
Little
3
behind the
people
scenes.
from the creative team just before the movie starts to like give like a quick intro
rundown.
on like how difficult this shit was to make.
Yeah,
It's
it
like
started
we
off
all
as
thank
as
you
a
for
small
this.
handful of people, and then just kept growing as more people were just like, yeah, let's put this here.
I think that's how a lot of their stuff starts. It's like, they just give it to like a small team, see if you can do something
And
with
then
this.
the animators
and
and,
if
the
it
lighting
works,
experts,
here come more people to help out. We're going to make something out of it.
and the end result is just a breathtaking view.
I have nothing bad to say about this movie other than it's very cliche in terms
I'm not
of
even
story.
sure if I was awake for the whole thing, so I'm not sure if I saw it all.
Honestly, I would highly recommend watching this several times. If you had been more awake, you'd probably love it as much as you loved Moana.
Doubtful.
I mean, I say
Coco
that
didn't have The Rock in it. Coco didn't have The Rock sing in it.
No, but it had dancing skeletons and a dog lead.
I was resisting the urge to whisper to you during Dela Cruz's concert, play the Bone Trestle!
Too bad there were no sand spaghetti jokes.
Don't care for the game. I enjoy the soundtrack.
You've never played the game.
Overhyped.
You haven't played it, and
You've
yes, it's
never-
overhyped, but that doesn't actually reflect on the game's quality.
The game is hyped just enough. Just because the fan community goes a little ape shit over certain characters, and
Final Fantasy VII.
it's
Undertale,
Okay, but you actually
Minecraft.
played Final Fantasy VII,
And it was
Minecraft.
shite!
Yeah, because you played it long after it had any reason to exist.
Now, if you want to play it, I'll watch.
Yeah. Okay, Undertale is a good game. I will not hear anything bad about it.
That was Yahtzee's literal review. Undertale is a good game.
I will not hear anything bad about it. I will end you both if you
Wait,
start
didn't he do that at like one of his end of the year awards?
He did that just under the wire,
just so he could put Undertale in the lead,
just to avoid all the hate mail.
No, just because he was like, I can't review this game without spoiling like the why it's good. And
shut up, it's hot in here.
Just go play. I don't care.
Well, of course it's hot in here.
And when I say I think the movie's cliche, it's cliche for a kids movie. That doesn't make it bad because it's for kids, and kids haven't seen enough movies to notice that it's cliche.
Okay, if you've never seen a telenovela, it definitely has a lot of the trademarks of that.
Oh, but those were great. That was great. I love the bit where he's like talking to the nun and he's got like the priest collar. He will listen to music. I'm like, you're a priest. Huh, you don't play guitar. That was great.
What the fuck are you talking about?
I fucking love those
Priests
bits.
play guitars all the time.
When do they have time to learn how to play guitar properly with all their priestly duties?
They have plenty of time for other duties other than the priest.
Based on what
they're not
very
allowed to have. They're not allowed to get married. That's the only thing they're not allowed to do.
Catholics.
They're not allowed to have sex and they're not allowed to get married. Yes, I'm talking about Catholic priests. But they have plenty of time to play music, watch movies. Heck, my priest at my church plays the guitar. He talks about all the movies that he absolutely loves.
I cannot imagine you being allowed inside a church.
I can't imagine you being allowed anywhere near a church, but...
Well, not after that one time with the napalm.
But yeah, I'm Roman Catholic, so... Yeah, fuck you, Alex.
For what?
Just generally anything?
Priests have a life.
She doesn't like you, dude. How do you not get that yet?
Priests have lives outside of the church.
I don't really want to go into all the previews, but it was interesting seeing all these, like, animated movie previews. Hotel Transylvania 3, fine, whatever. It's
another one.
I've given up on Adam Sandler. I don't care.
It is the least offensive thing Adam Sandler
Wreck-It
does
Ralph
nowadays.
meets the internet.
Breaks the internet.
Which is a reference to a butt picture, so, okay.
Then there was that
Sherlock Gnomes, that was it.
Yeah, it was. It's basically a Romeo and Juliet 2, and it's ridiculous.
Did that. I feel like they may have already done that. I'm not up to date on my Romeo and Juliet expanded universe.
It's stupid. Don't watch the Romeo and Juliet one. It's actually stupid. But there was also a stop animation movie about
Isle of Dogs. That's out.
Ow.
In fact, that one's going to be leaving theaters soon.
Yeah.
I heard that one was pretty good. There were some issues with the use of Japanese culture, because Wes Anderson is an extremely white guy, just to be frank.
Hello, you can be a white person and still know a lot about Japanese culture.
But that doesn't mean you're necessarily going to be sensitive in your use or portrayal of it. And in fairness, the criticisms of him were very high-level criticisms. No one was getting on him for being like, in Scary Movie 4, Sakamoto Toyoto Mishiba Sushi. God, that joke was hilarious, actually, in Scary Movie 4, where they're not speaking Japanese.
I never liked those movies.
Oh, they're not good, but they have good jokes buried in the shit.
If you have to dig through shit to find the diamond, it's not worth it.
I'm not disagreeing there. I just happened to see I saw the first 4.
What are you talking about? I'll just tell someone else to dig through the shit. If you find the diamond, you get to keep it. Then if they don't find the diamond, okay, go for the next one, or go home. But if they do find the diamond, that's when I pull this out, stab them in the back, clean the diamond, and then take it and sell it.
Peter Rabbit?
Oh, yeah.
Was a piece of shit.
Don't care.
That's basically Sonic 2006 all over again.
Sure.
We don't speak of that.
I was gonna say it's more like the shitty Smurfs movies, but whatever.
It's literally a rabbit and a guy fighting for a woman's affections. It is so Sonic 2006.
Sonic wasn't competing with anyone for the princess's affection. She was just getting kidnapped because she's a princess in a Sonic game.
They kiss.
Yeah, they kiss, but I'm just saying there's no competition. I feel like I'm forgetting
Ugh,
one,
Sonic
but I'm
the
also
Hedgehog.
not interested enough to, like, go through my memory to remember it. So I'd say we're good here. Coco is a good movie. You should
Watch
see
it.
It's on DVD now. Just,
Watch it until Frozen is nothing but a memory.
I do not know why you hate
Watch
Frozen
it
so
till
much.
I don't hate Frozen, but Frozen was so like
Overhyped.
no.
I mean, yes, but...
Frozen was such top tier that if you watch it until Frozen is nothing but a memory, then Coco is the new top tier.
Oh, I didn't think Frozen.
Frozen is C tier at best.
I'll give it B tier. They did good music.
Meh.
The camera's gonna die, so bye. We'll see you for Jumanji later. Like, I mean, you go back and watch Jumanji now. Okay, Robin Williams is still good, but boy, did those...
I'm actually
effects
gonna
not
drive
hold
while we
up.
do that, so
Yeah.
just keep an eye on that just in case.
Funniest thing I've seen Jack Black in for ages.
I've never been a fan of his. I've never thought he was funny. He's a
Jack Black,
decent, mediocre musician at best.
he hammed it up way too much with the fact that he was playing a teenage girl in a grown man's body.
You sassy bitch. I mean, but he made it work. Jack Black was actually funny for once.
Kevin
And he made
wasn't-
too many dick jokes. Like, what the fuck?
Okay, that was
That's
on
the
the
writing.
Kevin Hart wasn't Kevin Harting too hard.
Like, I think the only time we actually saw,
Wasn't
like,
he-
Kevin Hart was when I'm missing the top 2 feet of my body.
Yeah, that was Kevin Hart through and through. But yeah, it was very impressive to watch these very known quantity actors have to be someone else in their own body.
I actually would not mind seeing The Rock in a full movie trying to play just a really fit, nerdy fuck.
Whoa, wow. This was probably a bad idea.
Well, it's because Jay's better.
Fuck you. I know these streets better than either of you.
It was a lot of fun. And the video game stuff was a little tiresome, mostly because they needed to explain it to the non-video game people, which we are not.
Yeah. It's kind of interesting how they implemented the live system.
I did enjoy that.
Okay, the battery is about to die on this camera because it's impossible to charge. I didn't even get any battery in this movie.
We'll finish this in a minute.
No, we won't be able to charge it.
I have, like, lots of USB cables at
Alright,
home.
we'll try that, but...
We'll finish this in a minute.
No, you can't charge and record without a special cable. I'm sorry. We'll just have to, like...
Alright, well, the movie was good.
It was a very good movie. We liked it a lot. The Rock is hilarious. Crystal?
I'd say watch it only if you can stand Jack Black, because he kind of did ruin it for me.
Yeah, a few good moments.
Few and far between.
They kept him in check. Let's just put it that way.
And I did not like the fact that Kevin Hart was the token black guy.
I mean, they didn't really have any others.
I mean, they had the kid, they had the mom, they had the teacher, and The Rock is not technically.
No, I
white.
mean he didn't really do anything other than die twice.
Well, he was the bad guy.
Technically, everybody
That
died
was
twice.
the joke. He wasn't supposed to have anything powerful without him. Granted, that does put him in an awkward position in the narrative. You're correct.
I'm the backpack guy.
Yeah,
He was really excited about being a zoologist, though. I did like that.
Zoology, bitch!
yeah.
Elephants!
Oh my gosh, I just wish they had done something better with Kevin Hart. His role was pretty weak.
Karen Gillian as the redhead ass kicker was, of course, perfect casting.
How do you pronounce it? Capara?
Capoeira.
Capoeira.
Brazilian dance fighting.
Which is not what she was doing, but...
No, but
But I don't know of any other type of dance fighting, so...
yeah, basically,
Oh yeah, fuck you too, no turn signal.
the sexy redhead could dance fight, so the only one that
To the same song every time.
the only one we really know of is
Capoeira.
Capoeira. I'm sorry, I know it is Cabara.
Nope.
That's fine.
Yeah.
I don't. I'm too tired to
Capar.
correct.
Blech. Anyway,
That thing.
I'm bad at pronunciation.
Honestly, I thought this was more fun than Coco. Like, I was was laughing my ass off.
Coco was more endearing, just as a general family thing.
Coco was meant to pull at the heartstrings. This was just made as a yuck.
This
It
is
was
a
a
comedy.
hell of a yuck.
Indeed.
Oh my gosh.
Kill it.
Yeah, that's good.